2-1 week, I will always very gladly take a winning week. Definitely a bounce back week, a much needed one at that. Let's actually shoot for 3-0 this week. My first lock. Let's go with the Dolphins over the Giants. No Saquon means very, very bad for the New York Giants. They have to go in Miami and play a pissed off Miami Dolphins team. That would have me shivering in my timbers if I was Daniel Jones, all right? This is a team that just gave up 48 to Dezzy's Bills, and they're going to look to make a statement. It's as simple as that. Like, it might get ugly. I'm not going to lie to you. It might get ugly in Miami, all right? That's my first lock of the week. My second lock, I was struggling with it a bit. I think I'm going to go with Dezzy's Bills over the Jaguars. The Jags, as much as I tout them, like, I don't know what it is. Like, something just hasn't clicked yet for the Jags this year. And, Josh Allen, all of a sudden, everyone's saying, oh, Josh Allen's MVP. Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league. Y'all weren't saying that for the first 4 weeks of the year. But, since we're running with that agenda, let's run with that agenda because we all know how good Josh Allen and that offense is. All right, this game's in Buffalo. I expect a relatively close game, but I expect a convincing win.
We in London.
Oh, okay. They're in London. Either way, you're still the home team officially in this game. But, this is a London game. Give me the Bills. All right, they're going to rain on the Jacksonville Jaguars parade. The Jags are 1-1 in London this year. So that's my second lock. And then for my shock of the week, I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals over the Cincinnati Bengals. Man, I really want to believe in the Bengals, and this is the game where they're really supposed to find their stride. If this week was the week that the Bengals really need to get together, it's this week against a team that's going to end up with the top 5 pick in the Cardinals. Joe Burrow, I think by playing is hurting his team a lot more than him not actually playing. Because that's what's going on right here. He's not 100% and it's harming the team so much. Jamar Chase is frustrated as all get out. He keeps saying, I'm wide open. In post-game, after that embarrassing performance against the Titans, who just got embarrassed by the Browns, who only posted 3 against the Browns. Just gave the receipt to the Bengals and won 27-3. This is bad. If the Bengals lose this game, which I expect them to, it's time to hit the panic button. It's time for Joe Burrow to sit down and actually reevaluate what he's doing to help his team, because him playing right now is harming the team. And the Cardinals are going to take advantage of that. All right. I think a lot of people expected a blowout in San Francisco, and they kind of got that. But the Cardinals, they held their own. All right. As much crap as I gave Jonathan Gannon, he's going to have his guys ready. This game is in Arizona. So if this game comes down to a field goal and the Cardinals win 26-23, don't be surprised. All right. Because this Bengals team, it's in trouble. I really do. I really think that it's in trouble. So that'll be my shock of the week.
Okay, for my first lock of the week, I'm going to go with the Lions over the Panthers. Panthers are a mess right now. I think they're 0-4 right now, which is honestly, I think is right where they're supposed to be, honestly. Bryce Young came back from injury. He struggled. I think the Lions are just, right now, they're really good. They're playing good football. I think it's going to be a wipeout that game. I think it's in Detroit as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a wipeout that game. And then for my second lock of the week, it's going to be the Dolphins over the Giants. The Dolphins should destroy the Giants. I think the Giants are going to walk in there. They're going to probably lose by 3 scores, I feel. And then for my upset of the week, this is a good upset that I was looking at. I'm going to go with the Texans over the Falcons. Falcons are kind of a mess right now with their quarterback situation. And the Texans are riding high with 2 games in a row with wins. I think there's going to be a third straight win for the Texans. And it's going to be a third straight loss for the Falcons.
Right. So for my first lock of the week, I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions over the Carolina Panthers. I had a little bit of faith in the Carolina Panthers this season. I'm not going to lie. I thought, Bryce Young, year one, I thought he was going to be able to come in and immediately have a great impact. But they've had a lot of injuries on defense, a lot of injuries on the offensive line. And Frank Reich has honestly been very disappointing to me. So I think the Panthers overall have been just one of the biggest letdowns of the season. Bryce Young hasn't looked great. He hasn't really been given a chance to look great. So I'm certainly not blaming him. But I do think the Lions should be able to run away with this game. They just have all the talent on the offense, all the talent on the defense. They've had a great start to the season, and I think it continues this week. For my other lock of the week, unfortunately, I'm going to have to agree with PC with the Miami Dolphins over the New York Giants. The Miami Dolphins offense is just way too electric, way too fast for the Giants defense to keep up with them. The Giants are not going to be able to win a shootout against the Dolphins. They don't have the speed. They don't have the talent. It's just not – they don't have the roster to be able to keep up with a team like the Dolphins in a shootout. So the Dolphins should be able to handily win that game. Although I do think the Giants will be able to put up some points versus that defense that has struggled quite a bit this season. Lastly, my shock of the week. I'm kind of surprised this team wasn't favored and was the underdog, but I'm gonna go with the Tennessee Titans over the Indianapolis Colts. The Titans have been very up and down this season, probably more up and down than any other team in the league. They've had some nice wins, they've had some ugly wins, they've had some ugly losses, but somehow it's gotten them to this point. It's gotten them to the point where Derrick Henry is still doing his thing. Ryan Tannehill has been struggling, but also has his moments. But I think they have enough to beat the Indianapolis Colts with the rookie Anthony Richardson. I'm going to take the Titans as my upset of the week.
All right, so for my first lock of the week, I decided to go with the Lions over the Panthers, 41-24. I don't think this game's going to be close at all. Bryce Young looks terrible. I understand it's the offensive line that he needs help with. The defense is not that good, but Sean, man, it's looking like it's looking like they gave up way too much for Bryce Young right now. I understand it's still too early to judge, but right now it just does not look like it's working. So yeah, give me the Lions over the Panthers, 41-24. For my second lock, I decided to go with Dezzy's Bills over the Jaguars, 33-27. I didn't know the game was in London, but I really don't care where it is because I just expect the Bills to win this game. Josh Allen is my MVP right now. He looks like he's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. And like I said earlier, quite honestly, it's really not even close. You expected Patrick Mahomes to be the best quarterback right now, but he just has not looked like himself at all through these first four games for whatever reason. So give me the Bills 33-27 over the Jaguars. I think that'll be a very good game. But but at the end of the day, I think Josh Allen is going to make just enough plays. And that guy Stephon Diggs too as well. Let me not mention him. I think him and Stephon Diggs are going to make just enough plays to get over the Jaguars team, which is just coming off a hot win over the Atlanta Falcons. And for my shock of the week, I decided to go with the Jets over the Broncos, 30-23. I think this is going to be a close game as well, but I think our defense is going to show why they are the worst defense of all time statistically. We had Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears, who are the worst team in the National Football League, up 28-7 at the third quarter. That I rest my case, bro. Honestly, I expect Zach Wilson to have a big game. I expect him to have I expect him to have the same kind of game that he had against last night against the Kansas City. I expect this to continue. I understand his issue has been consistency, and I'm expecting a lot when I'm expecting consistency from Zach Wilson. But honestly, I think the perfect team to continue your second game after coming off a hot game, like you did with the Kansas City Chiefs, is against the worst defense statistically of all time in the Denver Broncos, who can make anybody. It can make Tolu and Gianni look like top five quarterbacks in the NFL for a day. I don't think that's hard for them at all. They are just so bad. I don't understand how Ben Joseph still has a job. This is why I think Sean Payton is up to something. I don't know what it is, but to keep that guy after almost losing to the Bears. I just don't understand what we're doing here. But yeah, I think the Jets are going to get the upset 30-23. I think they'll win by a touchdown. And once again, the Broncos will be the laughing stock of the week. And TC and Gianni and Sean, you guys will be able to troll me next week again. Can't troll me this week though, buddy. Russell Wilson is top 5 quarterback in the league, DC, and you're just gonna have to admit you're just gonna have to accept that, brother.
My first lock of the week. Commanders over the Bears. The Bears let the Broncos come back from 21. Yeah, that's a title within itself. And the Commanders did get beat by my Bills last week, but they made it interesting against Philly. They proved that they can score on Philly's defense and come in clutch when they need to. Justin Fields, he did look less quote unquote robotic, as he said, but their offensive line is still extremely injured. So I doubt they'll be able to handle the Commanders' defensive line. My next lock, I'm really shocked that this team is an underdog, but I guess it's because Atlanta is at home. I took the Texans over the Falcons. CJ Stroud, like we already said, he's looking like a stud. He put up 30 on the Steelers defense, and yeah, their secondary is not as good as it normally is, but that's still extremely impressive to do as a rookie. Atlanta's on a 2-game losing streak already. Ritter just don't look that good. And to me, this game comes down to whichever quarterback I trust the most, and I trust CJ Stroud. And for my shock, I'm going with PCs, which is the Cardinals over the Bengals. I don't know what Zach Taylor is doing. He's trying to force Burrow to play of some sort. He don't want to see the fact that they look worse when he's playing because he's not full of health. Burrow has the worst completion percentage in the NFL, and he's still sitting up here saying that he believes that this offense can get back to where they were. I don't understand what he's seeing. The Bengals, they only put up 3 points in 2 of their 4 games this year already, and 1 was yesterday against the Titans. So the Cardinals at least put up 16. So with that in itself, I'm going to take the Cardinals over the Bengals.
Okay, my first lock of the week, I'm going to do a reverse jinx. I'm going to pick the Eagles over the Rams. The Rams are, they're still, the defense is still good, but, the Eagles, they're a 4-0 team. They're Super Bowl contenders, and I think that offensive line will take good care of Aaron Donald, and their secondary is trash. I feel like A.J. Brown's going to cook them. So my first lock, I'm going to pick Eagles over the Rams. My second lock, this is a division game, but it's going to be a great game, and this is always going to be a classic. I'm picking my Ravens over the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know we're going to battle to the end because we always battle against the Steelers no matter who's at quarterback, even though they're trash right now, even though even though they're trash, Matt Canada, I'm surprised they haven't even fired that dude yet. But my second lock, I'm picking the Ravens over the Steelers. And my shock, I went with Sean or whoever said this. I'm picking the Texans over the Falcons. Desmond Ridder is trash. Kyle Pitts isn't getting any targets. In fact, they should trade Kyle Pitts right now because that man is just doing cardio out there. He isn't even trying to get open. I mean, it's so sad how Kyle Pitts is not even trying to get open. He's literally just running around in circles out there. Desmond Ridder is trash, and the Falcons are trash. They used their top pick on a running back. Their running back carries the entire team. Desmond Ridder is disgusting. He's terrible. He's trash, and they need to trade him and release him and get a brand new quarterback. And CJ Stroud is looking like a stud. So I'm picking the Texans over the Falcons as my shock.
Hey guys, this is PC here, the co-host, director, editor, you get the point. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to like it, of course, and subscribe while you're at it. It would mean a whole lot to me. And make sure to check out the audio EPs that are always going to be in the description below.